Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video session. Very soon we're approaching the end of the year, and today I'm going to do a very exciting collaborative reading with Elliot. I'm sure all of you guys know who he is. He's the author of Tarot in Love and also Fearless Tarot, published by Llewellyn. Elliot, how are you doing these days?
Letao, I am so happy to be with you again. And you know what? It just feels like I just saw you yesterday because we were just at the UK Tarot Conference in London and had
Yeah.
just the most wonderful time. And you gave such an amazing presentation on the myths and the tarot. And I was just riveted because that's one of my favorite subjects. I mean, my house is decorated like the Parthenon. So I just loved your talk. And thanks for having me on today. I think it's going to be fun. We'll do a little forecast for all the astrological signs for the next half year ahead of
Absolutely.
2026, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
lovely.
And just for those of you guys who didn't know about UK Tarot Conference, the annual conference held in London, organized by Kim. Kim, I hope you're watching this video. And so, several months ago, I think it was in October, 2 months ago, yeah, and both Ellie
Yes.
and I were invited to the conference as speakers. So in case you haven't seen the video, go on their, UK Tarot Conference Instagram website, right, and find the our presentations. You will love them. All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use Oracle of the Celestial Deities.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
Well, I'm
my
going
own
to let you
deck.
use that because I have your copy right here. I
Oh,
love
thank
this
you.
deck so much. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
So good.
Great.
You'll pick the Oracle card, which I love,
Uh,
and I'll pick a tarot card, a traditional tarot card, to piggyback off of whatever your message is, and we'll just
awesome.
kind of see what the universe wants to weave together today.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna give the cards a shuffle. And we're gonna start. Well, since we are in the beginning of Sagittarius season, let's start with Sagittarius, right? One by one, and give it a quick shuffle. All right. So you're gonna use tarot, right?
Yeah, I'll just use a traditional tarot deck.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, very good. Thank you. Universe, right? Start from Sagittarius, right? Someone's rising Sagittarius. This is the energy for you from January until June 2026. Okay. Your first card. Ooh, you start with the card Medusa. Okay. Now, this energy has a lot to do with self reflection. In ancient mythology, Medusa was all about looking into the mirror. She was originally a priestess serving at Athena's temple, but due to an unfortunate event, she was turned into this well ugly monster. But eventually, she was also released from this curse, and from her body born this beautiful white horse, which is called Pegasus. This card for Sagittarius is all talking about reflecting on your current situation, whatever blockage or whatever difficulties and challenges you're facing now. Change your perspective, and usually this will give you the so-called solution, will give you the so-called light at the end of the tunnel. Right. So this is the first thing that I'm seeing for Sagittarius. Ellie, you have some advice for our Sagittarius?
You bet. I was picking a card while you were talking about Medusa, and I love your description of her. I think Medusa is such a powerful archetype.
Mm.
She's kind of terrifying, and she's literally those fears in us that if we look at too closely, they turn us to stone. And that's why an oracle deck like you created is so beautiful because it gives you a mirror shield, a little buffer of which you can look at your truths without directly, going into it, but kind of look at them from a reflective place and really kind of see things from that different perspective. So the card I picked for Sagittarius is actually the Hangman reversed.
Oh,
Now, this is an interesting reversal because when the Hangman's upright, he's upside down, but when he's reversed,
ah,
he's back on his feet.
yeah.
And so, what this card can indicate is if you're going to take the time, Sagittarius, to do that inner work, to reflect on those fears that might be paralyzing to you, and still see the beauty in that situation, this is going to unhook you from this period of suspension. I
Yeah.
kind of get the feeling from the Hangman reversed. It's like if you're avoiding Medusa and you're like, no, 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 I don't want to see her. She's ugly. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that part of me. Well, then the hangman is saying, this part of you is teaching you something wonderful. The hangman's head is glowing on the card. And
Yeah.
by confronting that thing you're afraid of, you're actually going to have your breakthrough. You're going to be able to get back on your feet. You're going to turn your life from upside down to right side up. And I just kind of feel like there's a wonderful opportunity for you, Sagittarius, to just get things moving forward again.
Absolutely. I'll just mention one more thing. I just, when you were talking, I suddenly remembered that. So astrologically speaking, Uranus, starting from this year, is leaving towards and entering Gemini, which is actually the opposite sign of Sagittarius. And so
Yes.
so over the next 7 years, roughly, Uranus will be transiting in Gemini, and Uranus is the energy that we need to break through Medusa. This is about that rebellion, that inspiration, new ideas, changes, right? That all the Medusa energy needs to break through, and thus that Pegasus can be born out of this blockage. So love this energy. I think it's really showing a lot of Sagittarius people that a breakthrough is around the corner.
Oh, I just love that. God, I love talking to an experienced astrologer. It's just so great to get a little forecast like that. Love it.
Forecast,
All
yeah.
right. So who's next now?
Next is Capricorn. All right. So I'm actually a Capricorn moon. So I hope this is a good card for me. Okay.
Pick a
Thank you,
good one.
universe. All right, Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay. Your oracle card is, whoa, Jupiter. All right. Love this. Okay. So one of the things I see Jupiter energy is about self-liberation. Jupiter is about expanding things. Astrologically speaking, this is about your opportunity, your learning, you're growing, right? And you're expanding towards territories that is still unknown to you. This energy, whenever I see Jupiter, I always tell my clients, believe in the impossible. And this gets a little bit personal, actually. So, about 12 years ago, when I started my career as a reader, I was very unsure about that. I did not know it was the right career for me. Of course, everyone, my parents were not really, keen about that. And when I went to my spiritual teacher, Jupiter was a card that I pulled. And my spiritual teacher said to me, I don't care about your parents believing or not. Do you believe in it? So it's a little bit like, I think for a lot of Capricorn, this is a time, 2026, is for you to really believe in the impossible and go beyond your comfort zone to really try that thing that you have always been inspired by, or you have always been feeling there's a pull, right? There. And Jupiter will make sure that you will attract the right thing to you.
Oh, I love that. My card for Capricorn is another reversal. It's so weird. I never pick reversals, but we're starting out reverse.
Uh,
But we get the King of Swords reverse.
so,
Now, upright for me, the King of Swords is very rigid. He's one of the most rigid figures in the tarot. He's
mm,
stern. He upholds the rules.
mm,
He represents institutions or organizations, Capricorn, that you have to operate within, where
mm,
there's not a lot of wiggle room.
mm,
There's not a lot of freedom. When the King of Swords comes up reverse, to sort of piggyback off of what Letao was saying, it is time to rebel against old structures that don't serve you anymore. It's
mm,
time to
mm.
expand out of those restrictive energies that might have been keeping your energy bottled up until now.
Yeah,
And this
yeah,
is just such a wonderful archetype for feeling free again. So I feel like there's another way you might be breaking out of old structures that you've outgrown. But I
100%.
love that Jupiter expansion. And both are kings, King of Swords and Jupiter are kings. And so this can just represent taking leadership, sovereign energy, and making a decision to take charge of your life at this time,
Oh,
especially for the first half of
oh, I
2026.
love this. In the mythic tarot, the King of Swords was associated with Odysseus
Yes.
energy. Yeah, you remember that, right? So when
Yes.
you were holding that card, I was thinking, okay, Jupiter, Odysseus journey, all that energy, right? Oh, I just have this feeling that there's going to be a lot happening for Capricorn people. I have a really good Capricorn sun friend. He has got Sun Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn, and also Venus in Capricorn. And so
Mm.
I can already see what's happening in his life. Actually, it's fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, okay. Next one, Aquarius. Right. So Aquarius, what's the energy for you first half of 2026? Who? Speaking of Pegasus, here we are.
Mm.
Pegasus energy. I think this is so perfect for Aquarius because Pegasus has a lot to do with assistance and friendship. This is a
Mm.
sacred horse in Greek mythology who will always assist the Greek heroes to complete their tasks, help them with their missions. Pegasus is also representing personal freedom because it's an untamed horse and flying high, right? I do feel for a lot of Aquarius people, this could be a period of time when you are going to gain the so-called French, the friendship assistance and help. But just remember, always call out. Don't shy away from connecting with people. I mean, Aquarius people love friends, right? This is a sign of friendship. And so I don't think you'll have any problems with that. Also, because this card is following Jupiter from what I'm seeing here, because we just talked about Jupiter, I'm seeing a lot of international travel for Aquarius in the first half of the year. Right. So if you have plans, travel internationally, jump on a plane, do that. Right. This will help you expand your horizon, learn new knowledge.
Oh, I love that. And I think we got a simpatico thing going on, Letao, this week because here for my card, we get the Six of Pentacles. And you were talking about how Pegasus is about assistance. Well, that's
Yeah.
exactly what the Six of Pentacles is. It's the card of support, benefactors, generosity.
Beautiful.
And we see this merchant, he's rather wealthy, he's giving coins to the poor. And he knows he's not going to get that money back, but he's holding the scales in his other hand. He knows that by giving those coins, he's actually ensuring those karmic scales are caught in balance and that he's going to be reciprocated somehow. Aquarius, the humanitarian instinct within you is going to be very strong, and you want to listen to that because as you're giving to others, you are ensuring future karmic blessings that are going to be coming your way.
Yeah.
And you're also going to be experiencing angels unaware in your path. You just expect the divine to intersect with you. They're going to come in disguise as people that might not appear to be as important or significant to you, but you might get a little message, or might even be just a kind of a little bit of a crazy person on the street just throwing out a word to you. But pay attention because the divine is guiding you.
100%. Yeah, I totally see that synchronized. Six of Pentacles and with Pegasus, yes, definitely showing some help coming in. Yeah. Yeah, so in case whoever who's an Aquarius, Sun, and Rising, if you're watching this video, and even with an immediate question, right? If you're wondering if you can get some help, with a project, with something, I think you will. Okay, and let us know about your, what's happening, right? Feel free to comment in the video description. In the comments section. All right, very good. Next one, Pisces. All right, one of my favorite signs. Well, favorite and also most complicated signs. Pisces, Sun and Rising, your energy is the moon, Artemis. Okay, so Artemis energy in the Oracle of the Celestial Deities is very much talking about your independence. This is a fear of how do you describe her? Staunchly independent goddess, right? Who lives in the wild, and she is an archer, so she has bows and arrows, and she knows where to shoot her arrows. She's very, very, she has a focus. She has a target. I think for Pisces people, maybe this is time to refocus on what you really want to achieve and what you want to hone your energy, right? In your life. Sometimes, as a Pisces, we can be a little bit, here and there, right? And we can sacrifice ourselves too much for the people around us. But the moon is usually saying that now let's refocus. In the first 6 months of the year 2026, I do think that you're going to be able to sort of like put all your energy into one thing, right? And just believe in that. And this probably will take some time. But based on my experience, Artemis usually will get things done anyway.
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah. And I picked the Empress card for Pisces. So another great goddess archetype of the tarot. I'm feeling with the moon energy, and then we have the Empress energy here. The feminine energy is going to be so important for you this next year, Pisces, where you want to be in the receptive mode. Instead of trying so hard and sending your energy out and trying to force something to happen, maybe what's important for you to do is sit back in the garden of your life like the Empress and just let all this abundance bloom. I feel like women are going to be very helpful to you this next year. So you might want to listen to the Council of Women, and also just know that feels like isn't always is like.
Yeah.
So the moon can be a little moody. It can sometimes play tricks on us. In English, we get the word lunatic from luna, which in Latin is the moon. And so if we're too in our feelings and we're too reactive to what's happening right now, we might not see the big picture. And the Empress, it's hard to see, but she wears a crown of 12 stars, which means she has the perspective that's celestial. She sees things from above in the context. And so Pisces, you just need to take a step back and look at everything in its context.
Yeah.
Be in that receptive mode for sure.
The other thing that I'm also seeing is as a combination moon with the Empress, I'm seeing someone giving birth. In here, right? The moon actually, Artemis actually is the goddess. She's a protectress of children. and we
Yeah,
got the
that's very
empress,
interesting.
right? So I'm
What a
seeing,
great observation.
yeah.
Jeez.
So some of the Pisces, if you're watching this video, okay, if you're thinking about pregnancy, everything like that, first of all, you will be pregnant if you want a child. Also, if you are already pregnant and you are, expecting at this moment, you got the protectors of children here. So this is also talking about a very smooth delivery, right, of the child, right? So I think that you're going to be protected, when it comes to giving birth and everything. So that's good news.
Oh, I love that. And one last thing I'll say about the moon energy is in
Yeah.
the tarot, the moon card in the major arcana rules Pisces. So
Pisces,
it's
yeah,
so cool that that moon thing
yeah,
is coming up for Pisces. So
yeah.
anyway, I could nerd out with you all day, Letao, about these things,
That's
but
true.
let's
Yeah. Yeah. What's next? Oh, Aries. Aries. All right. Our Aries people. One card, okay, first half of the month, and we have got Saturn. Very interesting because right now Saturn is in Aries now. Saturn has just entered Aries in the sky very recently, and is going to stay in your sign for the next, well, 2.5 years, basically, right?
mm,
Saturn, this energy has a lot to do with our responsibility, first of all. It has a lot to do with what we want to be committed to and take things seriously. I think probably a lot of Aries people are, it's very funny that today I actually have two clients, both are Aries. And both of
yeah.
them are talking about, they're just in a new job, but it's very overwhelming, things like that. I'm sure some of you guys watching this video, if you're Aries, you will be able to resonate with this energy. Well, Saturn, because in the ancient Roman time, he was worshipped as the god of agriculture as well. So just remember that how farming works. You reap what you sow, basically. So all the hard work areas that you're doing at this moment, please do not see this as oh, it's hard. Maybe it just means I shouldn't do it. This is actually you planting the seed and watering your plants. And when the timing comes, which is a harvest season, you will see things growing. You will see your effort being rewarded. So I think for Aries, it's all about, I wouldn't say being tough, but let's say trust the process. It's a bit like that.
Yes, I
Mm,
love that. And I picked for Aries the King of Cups. And,
mm,
the King of Cups, when I look at this word, I think of the word anchor.
mm,
And as Letao was saying, this might be a time, Aries, where emotionally you might be a little more triggered or feel more uncertain, much like the King of Cups is, amidst these crashing waves, but he's
mm.
anchored on his stable throne.
Yeah,
He holds the lotus scepter, which means that he's attuned to something that makes him feel more enlightened. Maybe it's a good time to meditate, take a step back. Maybe your time at home is so important for you, Aries, where you get to really reset and recenter because the King of Cups is associated with the astrological sign of Cancer, which is
Cancer.
all to
Yeah.
do with the house and the home. So I just kind of feel like take it in stride,
Mm,
stay anchored, and use your emotions as fuel, Aries.
mm,
Emotions
mm.
can buoy you or they can sink you.
Yeah.
And it all depends on where you're going to channel that emotional energy. And I just kind of feel like if you stay in your maturity, you anchor with this is going to be a really wonderful beginning of a year for you.
Absolutely, yeah. I also think, with its combination, as Saturn with a King of Cups, this could also be a good time for Aries people to either seek help or seek some type of counsel from an older water sign male. Because Saturn is
Mm.
is the old age, and the King of Cups is a male, right? This could be about a father
Mhm.
figure, could be about an older friend, right? Or maybe an older colleague, someone like that. I think this person, if we're looking at this as a combination, this could be saying some kind of older male who is compassionate and mature, right? Being able to offer you some kind of wise advice during this period of time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Taurus. All right, Taurus, your energy, sun and rising. Ooh, Jason, and the Argonauts. Taurus.
Oh my.
So Jason, so I'm gonna. It's very interesting because this card actually is the one of the four extra card that I added into Oracle of the Celestial Deities. Actually, it's not really in the published version, but I this is just for my own use.
I was about
J
to say I didn't see that card in my
yeah,
deck, so
yeah,
that's great. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. You can see there's also a smaller version. Yeah, the published version is much
Yeah.
bigger. This is just my
Yes.
palm. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, so the reason why I added this figure in this deck is because I find Jason's energy quite unique. It's a very kind of like a youthful leadership. You know what I mean, right? It's not just a leader, but it's young, right? It's a little bit like I don't know the world, but I'm gonna go fetch the golden fleece. I don't know how to kill the dragon, but I'm a team lead, and I've got all the Greek heroes, in the Argonauts, right? And who can help me. And when I When I'm not sure what to do, someone will raise their hand and say, Jason, I'll do it for you. And they will do it, right? And actually, if we read the mythological story, we realize a lot of the challenges that Jason faced were not solved by him. It was by his crew. And so with this card, right, I'm seeing some kind of young leadership in our Taurus people. Maybe this year you will be given a new role, right? Maybe to be a young manager or, maybe some kind of entrepreneurship, right? But Jason is all about having the right people around you. Even, the reason why he was so lucky was because he gained favor from Hera. Hera helped him from the sky, right? So Jason is very lucky in the way that he has the right people around him. And of course, this is about your adventurous spirit, right? Being able to, walk into the unknown. I think for Taurus people, the next 6 months could be very interesting, very adventurous. It needs you to take a leap of faith into something that is new and unknown, but make sure that you have the right ally with you.
Oh, I love that. And my card for Taurus is the King of Wands. So the kings are stalking all the signs today. King of Wands for me, I write about him in the Fearless Tarot book. He, for me, is the self-made king. He isn't born royal like everybody else in the tarot. He has to grow himself up through the ranks of the soldiers and prove himself in battle. And eventually he wins his crown. It's symbolized by that little lizard that's at his feet right here. And what this can indicate is that Taurus, even though it will feel like you're on a harrowing journey, there is a quest in front of you. You are going to survive all these trials by fire. And as Letao is saying, even if you're in the beginnings of something, this card eventually shows the successful completion of it. And as Letao was saying, I also think that supportive people might hold the answer for you, because the King of Wands traditionally is also the wise counselor of the tarot. He can represent good advice or sage advice that comes from another individual. And especially men. So someone that has gone through their trials by fire is modeling an energy that they've been initiated. They've gone through it already. That is going to be a person that you're going to want to really listen to. But I feel like there's a lot of positive leadership here for.
And also the previous card that we pulled out, right? It was King of Cups. So we got two kings consecutively, right? Showing up. So definitely this showing some kind of assistance, help, right? People coming our way. Yeah. Because I remember two kings represents a minor council in tarot whenever we see this combination. So yeah, definitely. I mean, Taurus, you're not alone, right? So just go for it. All right. So the next 6 signs, I will leave it to Elliot, you pull the first card and I will piggyback. All right. The next one is Gemini.
All right. Well, let's go into Gemini then. So Gemini, this is what's ahead for you for the next 6 months. And you get the creative Page of Cups. And for me, the Page of Cups, he represents a couple things. Number one, he represents our inner child, that part of us that's the magical part of us that we don't want to let get too jaded. We want to keep our sense of wonder when the Page of Cups comes up. The Page of Cups is also one of the most sensitive cards in the tarot. So you want to be very discriminating about what environments you place yourself in, Gemini, because you're going to be absorbing the energy of other people like a sponge. And just as you wouldn't take a toddler or a little baby into just any environment that could be too harsh, so too your inner being, you need to be very careful with and allow that to be protected. And the last thing I'll say about the Page of Cups is that he's the artist of the tarot, the writer, the poet. So this is a really great time for you if you're thinking of getting into a creative project, if you're thinking of tapping into something that you've always wanted to do when you grow up. This is the year to really get that project started. But I just feel like you have just this rich inner creative energy that you're really going to want to listen to.
Love this so much. I mean, Elliot, you wouldn't believe it. All right. The card that I have for Gemini is Orpheus. Speaking of sensitivity and artistic expression, literally we get a legendary musician. This is also one of the cards that I added into the deck. This one, right? So first, definitely, I mean, when we talk about artistic endeavor, hobby, I think for Gemini people this year, you might be playing music a lot, or maybe you might be doing some painting. You might take a class, right, to develop your artistic sense. So I think that's something definitely, right? We would agree that it will be very soul nurturing, right, for Gemini, especially if you have Gemini moon, I think, right? Now, the other thing about Orpheus is because both Orpheus and Page of Cups are sensitive creatures. Orpheus was using music to heal people's pain. And I think this could be a very important for Gemini people to self-care. When we're offering our sensitivity towards the people around us, are we also protecting our own feelings? Orpheus' biggest, his strongest weapon, right, is his emotion and compassion, but that's also his weakness as well. And I think depends on how we use this around us.
I love that. So let's go into the astrological sign of Cancer. So
My
this
God,
is
I'm
going to be,
Cancer. Oh my
oh
God.
my gosh.
I'm a
Well,
Cancer
you know,
sun. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually get the Three of Swords reversed.
Oh, that
Now,
makes so
before you
much
panic,
sense.
Letao, before you panic, Three of Swords reversed means your heart will be starting to heal. And it's so important that the heart is letting go of the wounds that might have happened in the past. You might be allowing yourself to finally let go of some sorrow. And, Cancer, as an astrological sign, they tend to replay the past in their head, like old Norma Desmond movie reels. They're always going back and they're replaying the past. And the Three of Swords is all about flipping the script and saying, no, my power is in the present. This is my time where I'm going to choose to heal, and I'm going to let go of whatever happened yesterday, last month, last week, last year. That doesn't matter for me right now. There is this sense of reinvention. And I just kind of feel like you want to be very mindful, Cancer, of where your mind goes to dwell. If it's focusing on something that's kind of making you feel heavy or dip more in a depression,
Yeah.
it's time to just shift the dial a little bit, tune into a different frequency, because you attract where you put your focus. And if you're focused on
100%.
that
Yeah.
old dial, you're going to just keep getting experiences like that. So it
Yeah.
might be time to just adjust that a little bit. But I feel like healing is happening. Your heart is going to mend. And I feel that by the time we get to about the month of June or so, it really does say that something wonderful is going to come in to let your heart sing.
Oh, I believe so. Yeah. Wow. That's such a beautiful message. Well, first of all, on behalf of all the Cancerians, I thank you for that.
No. Yeah.
So the card I have for Cancers is Pan, right? This energy, right? So I think what is, combining the Three of Swords reverse, the first thing that I see Pan is a hedonist. Pan is not a very serious energy. It's about, okay, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna frolic around, and I'm gonna have sex because he's a horny goat. But his energy is nothing serious. I think probably this also saying that, when we are trying to go through the process of healing, maybe we need to learn how to take life less seriously. Maybe more sort of like embrace the spirit of Pan. Just frolic around, see
Oh.
everything as just an experience, right? Also, I do feel that because I do see Pan sometimes as a sexual symbol. Even in the mythic tarot, it was related to the devil energy, right? Addiction, things like that. I think a lot of the healing could also be coming from the thing that we're ashamed of for Cancers, right? That we knew that it's just it was never successful for us, but we kind of keep going back to that dark hole, and we can't really get out. I really think that with Pan energy and Three of Swords reverse could be a very, very good time for us to not just heal from that incident, but also heal from our habit.
I love that Pan message so much. And it's very interesting Pan came up because on my recent trip to Greece last month, I
Uh,
was in Delphi and I was
uh,
talking to some Greek friends about Pan and, about his name being Panic and all of this. But what the Greeks told me is that in Greek, Pan means all, it means
yeah.
everything.
Uh-huh.
And so, what they were kind of getting at with the message of Pan was that all the gods are there to support you, all the energies are there.
Uh,
And sometimes, as you were saying, you need to just open yourself up to lightening up,
yeah.
not trying to control everything. And then
Yeah.
you're allowing the all to come in and set
Yeah.
up your success for you. So I think that's a lovely card.
Thank you. This will enlighten all the cancers out there. Yeah, I mean, this is so important because cancers, we're very, Cancerians, right? We're very emotional. We're kind of stuck in the past. We keep thinking about the past, right? And that's what we really need to improve. Yeah.
Well, here we go into Leo.
Yeah.
So, the card for Leo is what the next 6 months is going to be holding for you, or the first 6 months of 2026. And we get our final king. We got all the kings today.
Crazy.
So, Leo, King of Pentacles, this is a card of getting down to business, getting serious, getting your work done. It's also a card of rewards,
Mm.
riches, success. It is a wonderful card for starting a project
Mm.
or manifesting something. The pentacle suit, it's the element of earth. So it has all to do with bringing something into manifestation.
Yeah.
So instead of just thinking about it, actually bringing it into the real world and realizing that. This is also a card of rewards that come after time. Seeds that have been planted a long time ago, they're starting to bear fruit this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, on the theme of all the kings we were talking about, there may be some male advice or supportive older male energy that could be really helpful in your career
Yeah.
or your aspirations towards success. So
Yeah. Yeah.
key into that. But this is just a really stabilizing year for at least four of the signs. I mean, all these kings on their thrones, it just feels like a lot of stability coming in
It
this
is
next
very
year.
interesting, yeah, because we only put 12 cards, and all the
Yes.
four kings are coming out, right?
Yes.
The card that I have for Leo, this is for Leo, right? Is Eros, right? The husband of Psyche, right? This energy has a lot to do with celebration to me. Eros was always invited to celebrations, and he will bring joy, and he will bring love, and he will bring happiness and those happy moments. I think for specifically actually next year, we're having Jupiter entering Leo. So this is actually going to be a very important year for Leo people, I think, just to sort of like take the center stage and create what they want to create. Now, with the King of Pentacles, this must be something materialistic, right? Maybe a career goal, maybe this could be about money, right? Things they want to do. But with Eros, definitely, also Eros shoots arrows everywhere. They don't just shoot one arrow. So I think this could be about Leo people might have a lot of different choices in front of them, and they will sort of like pick their chariots, right? What they want to manifest. Seems quite a lucky year for them.
I love that so much. Let's go into the astrological sign of Virgo. So, Virgo, we're just going to take a look at what you might want to keep in mind for the first 6 months of 2026. And we get the Eight of Swords reversed. Now, the Eight of Swords shows a woman, she's been tied up with these ropes and she's waiting for the hero to come, but nobody's coming. She's feeling abandoned. And she feels like she's trapped or stuck. And yet, when this card comes up reversed, it indicates that you're wriggling out of the old mental traps and fears that made you feel like you were less than you truly are.
Yeah.
This could be a really wonderful time for you, Virgo, to question old beliefs and also not to wait for other people to take the initiative to save you or fix the situation or notice you. I know so many talented Virgos, a lot of my clients even, that work very hard and they are absolutely instrumental to making an organization work, and they don't get the credit. They do it behind the scenes, and they sometimes feel really hurt about that. Like, I just did all of this for you, and why aren't you noticing my talents? And the fact of the matter is, because people, sometimes they see everything working so well, they don't even think about it. They think it's just, oh, well, it's the way it's supposed to be. It always works like that. And so this could also be a time, Virgo, where you want to be a little bit more vocal about what your worth is. You might want to ask for a raise or go into an environment where you're going to be appreciated a little bit more. But it's time to get out of the passive mode. Anytime the Eight of Swords comes up upright or reverse, stop waiting for life to get better and start making some choices that put the power back in your hands, so you're not waiting for someone else to validate you.
100%, 100%. The card that I've got for Virgo is Persephone. I mean, don't you think she looks like Eight of Swords? She's trapped.
Yes.
She's tangled by the cobwebs, right? And her hands are locked in the
Oh, I love
underworld.
that.
This is
What a
just
cool
crazy.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think, Elliot, you have, just nailed everything, right? I'll just add a little bit more, just a little bit. Based on my actual experience with clients, I noticed that usually if someone is trapped with the Persephone energy, first of all, definitely it's about taking a more proactive role, because even in mythology, when Persephone was abducted by Hades, she didn't really do much. She played a very passive role in the story. It was Ceres or Demeter, her mother, walking around the whole world looking for her, but she didn't really fight Hades, right? She was just sitting there and crying and was thinking, oh, where's my mother? So with Persephone energy, it does show a little bit passiveness that we have at this moment. So I 100% agree with you. I think you're really right on the money. The other thing is that because Persephone at the end of the day is the goddess of spring, usually I realize that clients' luck or their motivation will come back when the weather is warmer, when spring comes. And So, because the goddess of spring has no magic in winter. So this is the thing that I noticed in actual clients' readings all these years. So I think if Virgos, if you are feeling certain things are stuck, right? You're feeling you are just not motivated, okay, I know I need to take action, but I just don't feel like it. I just can't get up, that energy, I would say that either travel to somewhere where you see the spring flowers are blooming, maybe travel to the south, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, you need to travel to the north, right? Somewhere that is warmer, you see flowers, or I would say around springtime, March, April period of time, there will be a significant improvement in terms of your energy.
Oh, I love that so much. And
Mm.
I'm going to go into the astrological sign of Libra. So, Libra, this is going to be your message as we go into this next year for 6 months. And the card we get for you is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, Seven of Pentacles for me is a card of waiting and patience. You can see the man here, he's growing his crop and it's growing coins on it, but it's not quite ready for harvest yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's tending the plant. All the heavy lifting is done, all the tilling of the fields, all the planting of the seed, it's all been done. But now he needs to wait for this thing to grow. Libra, I know this is the most annoying thing to hear in a reading, but patience.
Yeah.
Patience. It's growing. It's coming. It's coming into its full being. It's going to be so much better when it's done. It's almost as if there's this bread baking in the oven of your life right now, and you got to
Mm-hmm.
stop opening the oven door and checking to see if it's done yet because you're letting all the heat escape and it's taking longer to cook the bread.
Yeah.
Let the bread bake. If you're really worried about one aspect of your life not being in full fruition right now, pivot to something else. Work on the thing that you can get to move forward with. But Seven of Pentacles is saying your success is assured. It's just
Mm.
a little annoying. I feel like the latter half of 2026 is the time of reward for you, whereas the
Interesting.
first half is kind of like you're observing, you're watching, and you're
Mm.
you're kind of pruning the plant of what you've already put into the ground.
Interesting. Yeah, the card that I have for Libra is also kind of like the process card. Yeah, it's Mercury. See,
Hmm.
Mercury, first of all, will travel, Libra people. There could be some very important travels or multiple trips that you'll be doing in the first half of the year. There's several signs that have very strong travel energy. I noticed definitely for Libra, for Capricorn, for Aquarius, as well as this is for Taurus. Okay, we're seeing very strong travel energies here just by with the cards that I've laid out. The other thing about Mercury is thinking, logic, talking, communication, right, and learning because Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and so these signs have a lot to do with your organization and what you write and what you communicate. So together with the Seven of Pentacles, I think this is you can combine them together as what kind of investment that you will need to make in the first half of the year, right? What kind of writing you will need to do, what kind of communication that you have to master, right? Things like that. And also, what I want to say is that at the end of the day, Mercury is very happy to be in Libra, even though it rules Gemini. But Libra is an air sign anyway, right? It is an intellectual sign, and it does receive the divine trinity from Gemini anyway. So I do think that Mercury in Libra is a happy position for Mercury to be in. So it's not a bad thing at all. Finally, whenever a client pulls this card, I'll say to them that over the next 6 months, mark down on your calendar the Mercury retrograde period of time because you will be affected by Mercury energy, right? So you can find that online, right? I'm sure that millions of people write about that every year from which day to which day is a Mercury retrograde. Just during that period of time, make sure that you're checking things, you're reviewing, you're redoing, right? You're reevaluating. Everything started with RE. Focus on that.
I love that so much. And I didn't divulge to everyone, but I'm a Libra. And that was right on the money because I'm going to be doing international travel. I'm doing a lot of writing right now. And that Mercury retrograde, as we're recording this, we're in the tail end of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And it's been a big one this month for me anyway. So I think that message is absolutely accurate.
yeah, yeah,
And what a lovely archetype though to see us through. And I love Mercury energy as a Libra. You are so right. I feel completely at home with that
uh,
energy, and
uh,
it's just delightful. So beautiful. Thank you. And finally, our last but certainly not least sign is Scorpio. We're just going to go into the astrological sign of Scorpio and get
Scorpio.
a
Yeah.
message for you for the first 6 months of the year. And we have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands shows a figure here who's holding the high ground. He's defending his position there. And he's being onslaughted by these nameless, faceless people who are trying to knock him down, but he's holding his ground. He holds the high position. And the interesting thing about this card is the man on the card, he wears two different shoes. And what that symbolizes is that he is a nonconformist. He doesn't walk in the same shoes as everybody else. He does something rather unique. And sometimes when we choose to do something, Scorpio, that's against the grain or against society, well, we might find ourselves kind of targeted by that nameless, faceless mass that just wants to bring us down into the way that they do things.
Yeah.
Scorpio, you must listen to your integrity this first part of the year. You must take a stand on the part of you that's unique and knows that your path needs to go in a different direction away from the herd. This is going to be a very important year for you, but you do have to take a stand. And I feel like nothing can harm you as long as you maintain the high road, the high ground. So stay in your integrity and don't go low. Don't get into a baser emotion. Try to rise above.
It's very interesting that you just talked about all this, the high principles and things like that, because we got Athena for Scorpio, right? And
my favorite.
Yeah, I know. And I can really see this energy together with the Seven of Wands. I think, you put Seven of Wands and Athena together, it's a bit like the brawn and the brain together, right? So when we are really holding that wand, right, in our hands and trying to fight our battles, it's about, okay, I'm going to be determined, but also I have the wisdom, I have the knowledge, I have the strategy to help me, right? And Athena has a lot to do with justice and fairness as well. As we all know, she is the goddess of justice. And I think that also brings a little bit like that kind of divine protection for our Scorpios. I actually have a very good friend who is a Scorpio. I already told her like several months ago, I said 2026, because she has been jobless for a while. Yeah. I mean, she used to have a very successful career, but she's been she's already like jobless for about 6 months time. And I said to her very clearly a few months ago, I said, definitely in 2026, you're going to nail a very good job. I said, I just have this feeling that you're going to do that. And here we got Athena, victory.
Wow.
Right. And I think with that Seven of Wands, just say, well, you got the knowledge, you got the expertise, right? You got an amazing resume. Just, carry your weapon and fight for it. And don't sell yourself short.
Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, I love that. And the lovely thing about your friend, I love your personal touch with the story about your friend, because kind of what I'm getting from that Athena message too, and the Seven of Wands is this friend of yours, although she's been jobless for 6 months, she did have a job before. She does know what success feels like. She knows that vibration and that energy.
Yeah.
And it's time to tune into that.
Yeah.
It's time to remember what that feels like and not just look at the last 6 months. But Athena will lead you to victory every time. I just love that she was paired with that Seven of Wands energy. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I'm pretty sure this message will resonate with her because she's a sun, Scorpio sun, and also Scorpio rising. So so definitely, I mean, well, I hope she's watching this video, right? I hope she can receive this blessing, right, from the universe. Anyway, great reading. Thank you so much, Elliot. It's always a huge pleasure, right, to work with you and to see you. Do you have any amazing project that gonna come out in 2026 you want to share with our audience?
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you. Yes, in the vein of the myths, I have been drawing and redrawing a tarot deck for 25 years, and this is the year I am going to introduce it to the world. So I've just been finishing up and finalizing the guidebook that I'm writing along with it. And it's called the Oracle of Olympus Tarot. It's all about the gods and goddesses of ancient Greece. It focuses more on the gods than it does on the heroes. But it is both a tarot deck, but also an oracle deck. And the guidebook is written in the voice of the Oracle of Delphi, of the ancient Pythia. So beautiful. I can't wait to share all my wonderful Pythia musings in this, all the poetic verse that I'm going to be giving. But it's going to be super exciting. And if you go to elliotoracle.com or Elliot Oracle Instagram, or my YouTube channel's Elliot Oracle, you'll be seeing me use this deck more and more later in the year as it gets more close to publication.
Beautiful. And do we know where we can purchase your deck?
Not yet.
No,
Not yet. It's
not yet.
still in the
Okay.
final. I haven't even designed the box yet.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
been my own project, but I am committed to getting this out in 2026. So
Awesome.
it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Good, good. Yeah. So, everybody, if you're interested in this, that please keep an eye on Elliot's media, Instagram, right, YouTube. I'm sure you're going to announce the publication on your channel, right?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Right. So we look forward to that. And at the
And what
same
about you, Letao? What are you up to these
time,
days?
so oh yeah, so everybody, I do have a new Oracle deck coming out on May the 5th, 2026. Yeah, it's called Legends.
I've been
Uh,
waiting for this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I talked about that in UK Tarot Conference, right? Briefly, it's called Legends, Heroes, and Villains Oracle. Actually, this deck was originally, was supposed to come out much earlier, but because the U.S.-China trade war and all that tariff stuff, yeah. So anyway, we had to postpone it. But finally, in a few months' time, it's coming out. It's on Amazon, right? All the whatever, right? Wherever you buy Oracle decks, you will be able to find it. Hopefully, and this is an Oracle deck based on history. So if you like famous people, if you like, especially, I think this is a very good deck for our young people. I think if you
Mhm.
want to learn history, learn our role models, this could be very interesting. Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait for
yeah,
this. I mean, just some of the people that you picked were
yeah.
wonderful for this deck. I love it.
Thank you. I'll make sure that I will send you a deck once. I think it's coming out in May, so roughly I'll say April, May. I'll make sure my publisher sends you a copy.
Oh, I feel so blessed. Thank
Yeah.
you so
Yeah.
much for
So
that.
you keep me posted about your new address, yeah, because I know you're moving house, yeah.
Yes,
So that otherwise they will send it to the old address. I don't know what would
I
happen. Yeah.
will definitely let you know.
Yeah.
Don't send it to the old address.
Yeah. 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 Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. And I wish all of you guys a successful and a prosperous 2026. And I'm sure Ellie and I will be doing more collaboration for you guys. This is just for the first half of 2026. And we definitely will do one more, right, around the mid of the year. So look forward to it. And thank you, Elliot, for being here as well.
Thank you very much, my friend. And to all of you out there, thanks so much for watching and take good care.
See ya. Bye bye.